Lads, we're here. How are ya?
We're still here. Good. How are you?
Happy
I was
Wednesday.
good. I was good until I realized the Rangers are playing tonight. This just hurts
Why?
because they're a subpar hockey team.
Oh gosh.
I thought you said something else.
What?
A word we cannot use on the podcast.
Oh no,
That's
I
just
did not.
okay.
I said they were a
A
subpar
subpar
Oh, there you go.
hockey
There you
team.
go. Okay.
team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they sub 500 or
I don't
what's
know, but
the
you know what? So
what
you know
makes them what makes them subpar? Tell me.
they keep blowing leads and they're not a good hockey team.
All right. All right.
I mean, we all know why I'm doing this. But
Oh, very well.
I mean, they,
I'm
they did
aware.
beat the Blues the other day, but then again, it's Jordan Bennington, so that doesn't count.
I thought you were
All-
talking about the Texas
listen.
Rangers. Sorry.
No, he's talking
They
about
did
the
spend
New
a lot
York.
of money though. If you're following the MLB,
Yeah.
How about Aaron Judge staying put after all?
9 years,
It's a lot of money. How much was the contract worth? Like 300 million?
340.
Like triple the salary cap in the NHL.
Yeah, like he's getting, just like the average. The per is like 40 million
Oh my god.
Stupid. That's
Oh
stupid.
my
That's a
God.
lot of
That's
money.
so much money.
until he's 40 years old because he's already 31.
Oh my god.
Remember the thing? It's like, hey there, McDavid's breaking the bank at 12.5.
And he could have got 13. Remember that. He could have got 13. I guess like I'll give the update on the Canadians and Rangers. If Montreal wins their game in hand, they pass the Rangers.
If they hadn't have blown a 4-0 lead to the Vancouver Canucks, they'd be ahead of the Rangers.
Wait, so I have a question because we talked about this last episode.
Yeah.
Would you be happy or sad they beat the Rangers, Adam? Because you needed them to lose, you said.
Yeah, I want a top 5 pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, like if it's for like 15th and 16th and the Habs miss, then it doesn't really. It's kind of crap, isn't it? But if it's like, there's no real way for the Habs to win unless they make the playoffs and the Rangers don't. And even so, then making the playoffs isn't going to go very well. But it would be funny if something like that happened. But if they do worse than them at the bottom of the league, then the Rangers have a better chance at a better pick, which is just gonna even worse. So, there's no real way I win here. It's just there's a way of, just need to bring Mike down with me as we go.
It's just funny. We all get to laugh a little bit.
So here's the thing. The Habs went to the Cup final, then finished last and had one of the worst seasons they've ever had. The Rangers aren't nearly that bad. So I just have to ride the points where I can get them, really.
Exactly.
I mean, we didn't know where we were going to exactly start, but I think we have a natural transition there to sort of talk about the Canadians. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to watch their last 2 games because they are on a Western road trip, and I'm not staying up till 10:30 to start watching a game against the Canucks. I stayed up to that 11 p.m. one a couple of years ago. I'm never doing it again. And I feel like it's funny. You can sort of tell when everyone stopped watching the game here in central Canada because I only had tweets recommended to me in the morning at the first intermission when they were up 4-0. Listener of the show, Gus Galloway, tweeted me, he's like, this is Bruce's last game. And like, this is because I have an alarm set about 4 a.m. every day where it wakes me up and I'm like, I can go back to bed. It's a mental thing to trick myself into thinking I'm sleeping in. And I just look at the score and I see 7-6 in overtime. I'm like, what? I see Gus's thing saying, think he's last game. And then I'm like, okay, I'll see who scored. And I was like, Caulfield, good. Oh, they were up 4-0. That's not very good, is it? So yeah, that was unfortunate. And in the other game, and I think we can spend a lot of time on this. Again, didn't get to watch it because I was working today, so I didn't get to watch last night's game. They do win. A game of first, Rem Pitlick, his first of the season, Jonathan Kovacevic getting his first goal in the National Hockey League. But the big one, Shane Wright, who played about 10 minutes. God, I hate Seattle. But you know what? Off a great forecheck, goes in front of the net, and we all knew it was happening. Like, he just, like, if you watch enough Habs games, it happens. Everyone goes on that the Leafs have a lot of those sort of games, first career goals.
They do.
The Habs have that too. Or like rookie goalies getting there. It happens all the time. So everyone knew Shane Wright was going to score.
Yeah.
He does to tie the game up. The Kraken ultimately fall 4-2 after the Habs score. Started the second 2 goals 7 seconds apart, which is really nice. But I'm happy for Shane Wright. I just hope that this can, maybe he's probably going to go to the World Juniors now. And I hope once he gets back, Seattle actually play him because he has confidence right now. What was it 4 goals in 5 games for the Coachella Firebirds? I'm really
Yeah.
happy for Shane Wright. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those monkey off the back moments where it was what he kind of needed. That, I mean, listen, it's going to be a little hard to do that when you're playing like 6 minutes a night, with all due respect to Dave Axtell. Just hard for a guy of that, I guess, skill set to show his skill when you're playing 6 minutes a night and spending the rest in the press box. So it's good that he got that off his back. I think him going to the AHL was definitely a good thing for him, and obviously something that the organization above Dave Haxtell wanted. It's again, maybe I doubt it happens, but I think maybe we can revisit this NHL CHL agreement. But again, I think I've said that on the podcast for the last 2 or 3 years, and nothing's changed. Not that anyone of importance listens, but still.
I like what you said there, where he does kind of get this high from the first goal, despite the minutes he's playing. And we already know it was an inevitable process of him going to the AHL, getting some time in there, seeing what happens with the NHL, and eventually, yes, goes to World Juniors, actually gets playing time, and maybe we see a different situation for him coming back, because I really don't think you could go through a whole year the way they've been using him, because it's just not been effective. It is weird. I like that there is that greater conversation we could have about what the rules are, because I remember when Morgan Riley was too good for the Marlies, but they still had to send him back regardless. The same thing happened to a lot of players right now, and I don't know. It's just strangely poetic to me.
Oh yeah,
the goal is against Montreal.
His first career goal against one of the teams that passed on him. Yeah.
He said there was a bit of motivation there. So whatever gets him there.
I'm sure there is. I just, we always talk about we want storylines. I don't want to say I feel bad for him. Obviously I do a little bit. We always talk about how we want storylines in the NHL, the same way that, I don't know, pick a sport has them. And then as soon as we have something, the kid gets ragged on nonstop. Like, I get it. He dropped to fourth. He was supposed to be first. Sure. I just don't understand the constant ragging of Shane Wright because he wasn't a fan of dropping to fourth.
Like Philip Zadina. Like, do we still hold that against him?
Do you know what Shane Wright didn't do that Zadina did, by the way, and what a lot of people didn't like about Zadina? Is remember how he's like, the guys who passed on me, I'm going to fill their pucks with nets. Sorry, their nets, pucks. Shane Wright didn't do that. You know what I mean? He was actually pretty positive about the whole thing afterwards, right? There's that really, really human moment in the NHL put out when he's mic'd up at the draft, and he's just like, I think it's when the Coyotes pass on him, and he's like, that hurt. And the people, by the way, that are like, the Habs should have taken Shane Wright after last night. Shut up. Like I get it. That's always like Safkovsky and Wright are going to be sort of tailed together for the rest of their careers. Why does no one give crap to the Devils and the Coyotes?
Well, I think with New Jersey, it was the need, right? It was like they had way too many forwards.
I'm not saying anything bad about Simon Nemec. Like Patrick Talon would kill me for saying anything bad about him. But I'm just saying, like, why do the others not get as much crap as the Habs do? Come on.
Well, I feel like leading up to the draft, the whole thing was Slavkovsky, right? Like, you're right. I get.
Yeah. I remember. Listen to me in the lead up to that, to the draft.
No, I know. I just think
what team I was on.
I think the Coyotes were, the way everyone talks about the Coyotes, they were going Cooley no matter what. Yeah, that's what it sounded like. That's what it sounded like, right?
Playing in the college arena, draft a college kid, yeah.
Oh, sure, yeah.
The USA potential star. There's a story there.
Yeah. I was surprised when Slavkovsky when the Devils didn't take Slavkovsky.
You mean Wright?
Right. Sorry. I was surprised. I was partially surprised when they didn't take Wright. Like, I understand you have Keisha and Hughes as your 1-2. But I was still surprised when they took Simon Nemec, but I'm sure he'll be fine.
You know what's funny about Logan Cooley is in 17 games, he has 7 goals, right?
Jeez.
And in 14 games, Lane Hudson has 6. 17 points for the young defenseman, Cooley 21. Just 1
He was
point.
the end of the second round, right? Lane Hudson?
He was 62nd overall. Daniel, we were next to each other.
Yes, I know. I just remember because I know Owen Beck went early second, and then it was Lane Hudson.
33rd, yeah, the first pick of the second round.
I get them confused sometimes.
And Lane Hudson was the 4th last pick. Remember, Adam Sykor was next, and I wanted him. But Daniel, I think you remember my reaction to them drafting Lane Hudson because I was really happy about it.
Mm-hmm. I know Owen Beck. You liked Owen Beck.
Yeah, Owen Beck too. Well, because remember, I think a lot of us thought he was going late first round.
Mm-hmm.
I think I had him going to the Leafs.
I thought he was going to Edmonton, but they took a Reed Schaefer.
Yeah. Well, you know. Oh, that was a weird one. You know what? I feel really good about, like, in a couple of years, the three of us are really going to understand last year's draft class because I think we did more research into it than we ever had, like, any other draft.
Yeah.
Like, some of the names left off the World Junior team this year is like Pavel Mityukov, and I was like, yeah,
I know that guy.
Yeah, we had him going here, and it was like, yeah, I just thought it was really cool.
No, it would be interesting.
They're like Jeff Merrick.
Yeah, about the World Juniors, I'm sorry, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Ty Voigt is not on the U.S.
What's his name?
camp.
Ty
no.
Voigt?
Ty Voigt.
Yeah, because what is it?
I'm so upset.
But Tyler Boucher is.
So the thing with that is apparently, so he plays in the CHL, I believe.
Yeah.
The word is the Americans don't like it when their players go to the CHL.
Dude, that's so
American.
No, yes, but I was gonna say that's so Italian. So
it's also very Russian. Remember the World Junior team for the Russians a couple of years ago too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
the whole thing of if you leave, you're not going to play for our team. Yep.
The Italian thing is in soccer, preferably they don't like it when you leave Italy, but if you leave Europe, you will not make the team, the international team. So when Sebastian Giovinco came to Toronto, not that he was like a staple on the Italian national team to begin with, but he was never going to make the team when he left. Now, I don't know, like, obviously we have 2 new guys, Italian guys, in Insigne and Bernardeschi, but we'll see how they treat them. But generally the thing is, if you're not in Italy, you're not going to be chosen. They're very stubborn about that. And that's why they probably don't qualify for World Cups, because their players just don't leave. But that's okay. Whatever.
By the way, it's coming home.
Yeah.
Man, France.
Good luck.
Bring it on.
Good luck good luck on Saturday, man. That France team is nasty.
Shout out Japan, by the way. You had a hell of a run, guys.
That was a good run. How about Morocco? Can we shout out Morocco for beating Spain, topping Belgium, Croatia, taking down Spain?
What was it like? Spain's coach was like, "Yeah, I told my team to take 1,000 penalty kicks, and they didn't score a single one."
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. That was bad.
My buddy texted me. He's like, "You'd think soccer players would be better on penalty kicks because it's like the kicking." I'm like, you know what, man? I don't know what to say.
Is Morocco?
You be Moroccan me crazy.
The Montreal Canadiens.
Of
the World Cup.
By the way, 15 goals on the year. Not bad. A good player.
Hurry
up inside him, please.
Can we use that Cinderella run? No, we can't. No?
I don't know, Dan. I don't know.
It's Morocco, the Montreal Canadiens on their way to the finals.
It's hard
to... don't know enough about soccer.
Okay. It's hard to do that cross.
I think if Japan had made it to the finals and lost, maybe that's comparable.
Maybe. But, you know. Just think of the M's.
You know what's really funny? So do you guys know who Ben Mayers is?
Sounds familiar. It's like a forward, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I thought you were gonna say Ben Steiner. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like my
U Sports
guy.
Not
I'm like
Ben
my
Steiner.
U Sports guy, but
not the
U Sports guy.
The U Sports guy.
Yes.
The U Sports.
Yes, like the biggest one he can. I wouldn't even be like, yeah, no, not Ben Snyder. No,
Okay.
Ben Mayers.
Okay.
So
Tell me about him.
this guy is currently the fourth line center of the Colorado Avalanche. I just want to point out, I'm about to read you guys the forward core from Daily Faceoffs. I want you to keep in mind when I read these names that Alex Galchenyuk is not on the team. He got waived.
Oh Lord,
Oh.
But so this is the first line. Mikko Rantanen, good player.
not bad.
With Alex Newhook. Yeah.
Okay.
Solid.
On his right wing.
I know who it is. I saw it.
I can't believe he's still in the league. It's Charles Hudon. Man.
Habs legend.
Oh, Habs legend,
Hudon.
Syracuse Lightning, or whether Syracuse Crunch. I can't believe he's around.
I remember when he got called up, like, just you wait. He was a steal in the 5th round.
Brother, he was like the power play man, and then it never popped in the National League. Second line is JT Compher with Andrew Cogliano on the left and Logan O'Connor to their right. I think Logan O'Connor was like in and out the lineup for them last year, and Andrew Cogliano was a depth player on the second line. The third line, Jean-Luc Foudy with Martin Kaut and Dryden Hunt, Mike's favorite player on the left.
Oh Lord!
And then the fourth line, Ben Mayers, Cal Burke, and Sampo Ranta.
That
It's
last name's not real.
Is Shane Bowers injured, or is it just, they're just not calling him up?
I don't know, man.
Ben
who isn't hurt?
Ben Myers, that was the college free agent they signed, right?
Man, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that is. Okay. I'll double check, but
I'm already searching it up.
okay. No, that's a tough one. That's a tough one.
They signed him a couple years ago out of Minnesota.
Yeah, that makes me like not like I look at I look at like other teams with injuries and I'm like, nah, I think the Colorado Avalanche are down bad right now.
Man, here's the thing. If they win their next game, like their game in hand, they're in a divisional spot too. Let's just quickly get up Cap Friendly and see who they have listed injured there. So McKinnon's out 4 weeks.
Yep.
I don't think they disclosed it. They just said what, like upper body. It's just brutal. Nichushkin's out. Josh Manson's on IR as well. Curtis McDermott, Bowen Byron with a shame. Shane Bowers is listed on IR. Daniel Landeskog and Darren Helm are on LTIR. I'm pretty sure they said it wasn't looking good for Landeskog. Now, luckily, they still have that defense playing, which includes Makar, Girard, Taves. Oh my God, who? Okay, yeah, Derek Johnson, good player. Jacob McDonald and Andreas Englund.
Oh, he used to be he was like an Ottawa pick, I believe, a while ago.
You are right, in the second round in 2014.
Wow, Daniel, good for you.
And
good show.
Yeah, he has an assist in 6 games, not bad. If they get through this, is this like their moment of like, I don't know, Mark Donk of the Pittsburgh Penguin days, like, oh my God, and here comes Ben Mayers, and he's won the series for the Avs, and they've repeated as champions. Like, is that where we're about to go with Colorado?
Okay, yes, a little bit. But I'm going to add, I'm on the John Cooper bandwagon, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
as you know. I'm a John Cooper guy.
Yeah.
If they get through this and finish first in the division, because that's possible, and that's probably going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If Jared Bednar does not win the Jack Adams, this league sucks. Like I'm sorry.
We all know where I am in the scale.
I know you're the Jared Bednar guy. You're the Jared Bednar. You're not going to argue with me.
Yeah.
Like I'm on board. Like I get the Lindy Ruff hype. I get it.
He's the front runner by NHL.
But to be frank, that team is no different than last year. Yet what do they have? Goaltending.
Alex
Andre Palat didn't even start the season.
I think you know what time it's time to play a game.
Okay.
It's time for who is going to win the Jack Adams. We all know the criteria. It's the coach who the team, basically it's the team that you surprised us because you were supposed to be really bad. And the Metro, our leading contender, is obviously the 21-4-1 New Jersey Devils.
Yeah.
Who are 8-1-1 in their last 10. So that's Lindy Ruff looking good.
Okay.
Obviously, by the way, the Penguins, third in division. They're
8-1-1
in their last 10. What?
Yeah, just when we thought they're done.
Hey, so Sidney Crosby. Yeah, don't. No,
What was I retweeted it last night. He's on pace for like 47 goals or
40
something
goals,
like
like
that.
117
Oh yeah.
points. Sidney Crosby.
Just give me the points.
So
Give me the fantasy points. Give me the fantasy points.
Him and the Hurricanes, whatever. Like we all expect that. Tampa, yeah, whatever. The Red Wings, they're not quite. I think the Bruins. Okay, I think like Jim Montgomery will probably be a finalist because I think that's just like they always like when Brindamore won it. There's a good chance.
Yeah.
If we go to the Pacific, the Golden Knights, I think you can expect it. I don't think it's as strong though. The Golden
There's the
Knights,
adversity aspect to it.
Okay, if Seattle finish, this is gonna be ridiculous. If Seattle finishes in a divisional spot, just throw Dave Haxtell as finalist. Like
Alex, what will you do if Dave Haxtell wins a Jack Adams before John Cooper does?
I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh, I
listen. To be honest, I don't even want to like bet anything else. I already made like we talked about it like a month ago that if Matt Murray puts up ridiculous numbers, Adam, you have the tweet somewhere. I'm gonna have to do the double spicy ramen. Honestly, I'm on pace to do this, and I'm so scared. So I'm gonna keep my mouth quiet on the Dave Haxtell, John Cooper bandwagon here.
I actually was gonna ask what I thought Adam was gonna say was, what if Dave Haxtell wins before Sheldon Keefe? I thought that was
I wouldn't be like Sheldon Keefe's not gonna win. All due respect, Sheldon. If there was a year to do it, it was last year, and it was never gonna happen.
By the way, that bet, the projected numbers Matt Murray needed to hit or needs to hit: 4 shutouts, a .917 save percentage, 2.55 goals against, and a record of 34, 13, and 5.
Okay, let's do a little update here. Let me pull up. Okay, I can't pull up
my fantasy goalie.
Yeah, damn. It's okay. So he's played 9 games. My God,
that's hilarious.
It's so funny.
We're
okay,
in the middle of December.
He is 6-1-2.
Good.
He has a .932 save percentage.
Good. Yeah.
And a 2.34 goals against.
How many shutouts?
1, which he got last night.
So he's on his way. He's got a good start.
He's almost there.
It's just the games played.
1/3 on the way there, or
like,
less than 1/3.
Does he have to hit all 4?
The majority.
Okay, wait. How many games does it say he had? What's the record? 31.
34, 13, and 5.
Dude, I don't think 34, 14, and 5. That's
Daniel
53 games.
So as Daniel says, majority. So he has to hit 3 of those markers.
Yeah, let's say, you know what? Because, yeah.
How about instead of the games played, we just make it the 34 wins? That's still possible.
Yeah, but okay, sure.
Okay. All right.
But I agree with Daniel. We'll do 3 or 4. Let's do that. I'll agree.
Is it 3 or 4, 3 or 5? 3 or 5. 3
There's 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're saying,
wins, save percentage, goals against, shutout.
Well, okay. Back to the coaching stuff.
Yes.
So the Kraken, and then like when it comes to the Central Division, the Pacific is basically Seattle. So
sorry.
Central, I think right now it's Rick Bonus right now, the way the Jets are playing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But if they finish first in the division with this roster for X amount of weeks, and he does not win it, it is unbelievably a garbage award. Like is that fair?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I mean, we already I don't even think they care. Like they're the ones who said the Stanley Cup is the best coach award for them. I think the GMs say the same thing.
Such an NHL thing to say. Sorry.
It is, but it's true at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, I want you guys to predict. Do either of you have the standings up?
No.
I just closed. I didn't get it.
Okay, good. Yeah, keep it close. Okay, I want to I want to do something else here. Except NHL.com won't load because it sucks. But you guys can't look at the standings. This is very important.
Okay, I won't look.
It's just throwing the spanner in the works here. Okay. You guys obviously remember that the Ducks had an awful goal differential, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to try and tell me first off, forget the numbers. Who do you think are the 3 bottom teams when it comes to goal differential?
Ooh.
2 of them should be obvious.
Anaheim.
Yep.
Daniel,
They
do you
are
have a
30
guess?
They are
Iverson.
32nd, by the way, the Ducks. They are
Yeah.
last.
So yeah, the Anaheim, the Islanders.
No, they're good.
They're good.
Okay.
They're good.
The
No, there's a team. I know
Islanders-
that there's a team that is in a playoff spot that
Man,
their
the
goals
Islanders are
against
plus
bad.
13, my friend. Come on. Come on.
I wanted to let Daniel
Not
get
the
one.
Predators, no.
Uh,
Alex, guess.
The Coyotes?
No. Columbus and Chicago.
Oh,
Okay.
okay,
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
That's a good
So-
show.
Columbus are minus 29.
Okay.
The Blackhawks are minus 30. Do you guys want to guess what the Ducks are?
minus 34.
Alex?
Minus 50.
Minus 45.
Ooh.
That is minus 15 worse than the Blackhawks at second last. That's
That
hilarious.
is brutal.
And if we go to goals against, the Blues are only fourth best, which is funny.
Wow.
And the Ducks are obviously 11 more than the second worst San Jose Sharks.
It's gonna be
Okay.
crazy. It's gonna be crazy when in like 5 years the Anaheim Ducks have a 1, 2, 3 of McTavish, Zegras, and Bedard.
Hey. Don't forget about Strome. Don't forget about
Yes,
Strome.
Ryan Strome.
Fourth line center. Fourth line.
Okay.
He won the. He scored the OT winner a few days ago.
All right. Yeah, for their first that one. Yeah.
Um,
Okay. Listen.
Can we talk about the fact, by the way, that the Oilers are 14 and 12 now, so they're getting closer and closer to 500? Is Joel Edmundson the answer? So that
Double
Do you
tweet
want me to be
going
Yeah.
hard? Do you want me to be harsh or you want me to be nice? Like I was a
Let's be honest. I think
Okay.
this is the people. The people want you to be honest here.
Okay.
'Cause
Listen. Okay, go ahead. Finish
so
what you
how
were
much-
saying.
so
I don't want to cut you off.
I
don't
haven't
wanna cut
found the audio for this yet because I just don't want to come out and say this because it seems very crazy. Somebody said that on radio, Ryan Rashog of TSN, who covers the Oilers, basically said internally the Oilers are having a discussion about Joel Edmundson and they would give up a first for him, which I find a little hard to believe because they wouldn't give up a first round pick for a goalie a couple of years ago. However,
but now you have to go in, right? That's what Ken.
Oh, you
Holland's
have
thing
to. Oh,
is.
I
You
mean,
have
like,
to.
if I'm
It's a
McDavid
must.
and you don't do it this year, I go.
It's
I'm
a
like,
must.
goodbye. I'll move my heated driveway. But it's just like, I still don't eat. Let's forget about the price tag for a second. And Kent Hughes,
Yeah.
if I said this, if he gets a first for Joel Edmundson, he's GM of the year. I don't.
Just give it to him.
But regardless, is Joel Edmundson? Let's just talk about the player and the interest there. Is Joel Edmundson really the defenseman they need?
So so if they got him, and then there's Cody Ceci and then Tyson Berry, that'd be like over 13 million for the three of them, right?
Oh,
I'll pull up their cap friendly, but
oh, that's not good.
It's a lot of money.
let me pull this up real quick as it takes some time. How much does Joel Edmundson make?
I think it's 3.4 million off the top of my head.
So
I'll double check in a second.
4.5, 3.25, and you said how much? 3.5?
3.4, I believe.
Oh, 3. That is 11.1
Okay.
in
Okay.
cap space.
11.2, you are right. It's 3.5.
Okay.
I was thinking of Armia and Byron at 3.4. Bergevin loved giving those kind of contracts.
Yeah.
God, he sucked.
No, I don't think that's the move at all. Like, okay, I don't want this is going to come across a little harsh. Last year, they made the move for Brett Kulak, right?
Yeah.
Solid depth guy. That
Okay.
wasn't the move last year either. Right? Like, if you're going to give up a first round pick, why don't you make the push for Jacob Chikrin? Like, because the thing to me is okay, now the issue at hand is the Oilers need another defenseman. This is now out, right? Now everyone knows the Oilers are looking for a defenseman. At the same time, the Ottawa Senators are also looking for a defenseman. So there's going to be a bidding war for somebody.
Mhm.
Somebody is going to these teams. They should. If you're going to give up assets, go out and, no offense to Joel Edmundson, go out and get the guy who has term left on his contract, and it's better than Joel Edmundson.
I'd like this context here, Adam.
Yeah.
Is Joel Edmundson having like a breakout year, or like what is it about him that the Oilers would want him now?
Here's the thing about Joel Edmundson is he has started the last 2 seasons late in the season because he's been hurt. Obviously he did lose his dad, but there was the back problems. He's not been good this year. He's not been good. Like, he hasn't, unfortunately. I think what you like in a guy with Joel Edmundson is how many times this year have we seen the Habs win? It's like they're playing this song in the locker room. Do you know who controls the music? Apparently it's Joel Edmundson. Who was the guy that got Fix You Back as the pregame thing? It was Joel Edmundson. He seems to be who was the guy last year who was taking rookies out to dinner. It's Joel Edmundson. Joel Edmundson first to me in this year, and he's had a hell of a career. A couple of years ago, I think anyone would have liked Joel Edmundson on their team. Don't forget the Habs didn't give up like nearly anything to get his rights from Carolina.
Yeah. A fifth.
Forget, not for him, for his signing rights. He, first and foremost, I think right now is safe to say, is he a big dude who can take too many dumb penalties, and can he clear that? Veteran leadership. He just seems like a really great locker room dude. Now, Ryan Reeves is a great locker room dude. And what did the Wild give up for him?
A fifth.
A pick? A fifth? Yeah, so a fifth. Like, that's not a great pick. So that's what Joel Edmundson is. Just seems like a good dude right now. And I would love Joel Edmundson to be a great player and continue, but he's just, the injuries are kind of catching up for him if you think about it. Again, the last 2 years he started late. Yeah. Not his fault, but that's what I think of Joel Edmundson first and foremost is locker room leader, which that's not what the Oilers need.
No. You know what why the Oilers want Joel Edmundson?
Because he's big?
It's because he's played in the East.
I mean, that is
like, if you look at listen, I'm poking fun at the Oilers a little bit here, but like my point is, if you look, okay, Hyman played for if you look at what they did the last couple of years, Hyman played in the East. Played Jack Campbell played for the Leafs. Tyson Barrie played for the Leafs. Cody Ceci played for the Leafs. Brett Kulak, or Cody Ceci, he came from the Penguins. So
the Sens too.
Brett Kulak played for the for the Canadians. I almost said
we
Leafs.
Forgot one other guy.
Warren
Evander
Fogle.
Kane played for the Atlanta Thrashers.
Played for the Atlanta Thrashers, but Warren Fogle played for the
Buffalo. Why was he
Buffalo too?
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's the original team.
He's the OG.
Yeah.
Warren Fogle came from Carolina. Like, that's what it is. No, but on a serious note, if they do bring him in and that's why they're bringing him in, shame on Ken Holland. Shame on Ken Holland, because that is, like, you're right. Ryan Reeves, you gave up a fifth to get Ryan Reeves. And that's a guy, like, you saw the clip going around the other day of him in the locker room reading the lineups. And it's like, that's what he's there for. And to throw his body around on the ice, and all due respect to him, do it, man. Like, do it. Not in Edmonton. You do not give up a pick. Pardon?
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Did you say they need a Duncan Keith?
A new Duncan Keith, yes.
Is that what Joel Edmundson would be?
That's what they would think. Veteran leadership, cup champion, left thing, mean streak, stupid contract.
Did Joel Edmundson win in St. Louis?
Yeah, he did.
He did. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure.
Falk.
I wasn't sure. Like, I'm looking at that room, and it's like, if you're bringing in, if you're trading a first round pick to bring in Joel Edmundson, that's Nick Foligno territory.
Can we talk about you know what pisses me off about Mark Bergevin?
Tell me.
Joel Edmundson has a 10-team no trade.
There it is.
Why?
So he can't go to Edmonton because the rest of Canada's on it.
So does Mike Matheson, but Kent Hughes probably got him that.
Yeah.
And then I forgot the Donov has one.
He does? Oh,
yeah. Did you not remember the fiasco?
Yeah. Ducks legend of getting the Donov.
Yeah.
Sean Monahan has one too? Okay, yeah, but he's good.
Yeah.
That was when,
He'll get traded.
He was like their only center in Calgary.
Yeah, man. But Yeah, man.
Wild.
Just gracious. Yeah, don't do that, Edmondson. We skipped over it last time. Alex had the idea to talk about Brock Boeser again. It's probably good because since then a bit more information sort of come out. I was listening to the 32 Thoughts podcast, and Elliot Friedman sort of made the point of he used the phrase the Canucks wanting to free up some cap space. And I think I had a heart attack when I heard that. Because was that not what they were trying to do all of last year in the summer? And I've said this before and I'll say it again. They wanted to clear cap, so they went out. And let's not forget Brock Boeser's name was out there before. And they signed Ilya Mikheyev.
Hey, he scored two goals the other night. Be careful.
And then he's actually been, I saw the stat, even strength, he's been amazing. But they signed Ilya Mikheyev and then extended JT Miller when they wanted to save cap space. And probably now can't keep Bill Horvat. I just wanted to say that, but Alex, was there anything specific you wanted to say with Brock Boeser before?
No, I wanted to more so. By the way, the Canucks are 7-3-0 in their last 10. But
it's not happening.
It's not. I know it's not happening. But I was curious as to where you guys thought he would go. And is it the right move? Maybe we can have that conversation after.
There's always those Minnesota rumors. They're still there. It's funny because Michael Russo keeps getting tagged in all of these things, and he keeps answering where it's like there's no word yet on whether or not the Wild are interested in Brock Boeser or they're one of the 6 teams.
Well, here's the problem, right? So when talking about a Brock Boeser thing, we need to talk about, first off, he is on a 3-year deal. $6.65 million, which right now we know is difficult. I was thinking, obviously they need to add a lot more to the deal. However, what is the asking price for Jacob Chychrun?
Ooh.
Islanders are sort of prospects in the first round. Like Brock Boeser is obviously not a prospect anymore, but not a bad piece to add in. The Coyotes can probably take that salary. He can be a piece. He's not obviously the center of it, but he could be a pretty damn good piece into it. He does not have trade protection, I see here, I think. So the move can be made. But I just thought something like that. That's just off the top of my head, to be honest with you.
Daniel?
That'd be interesting. It's be a crowded left side for the Canucks on defense. I don't know what's with them. They love those left-handed shots from Arizona, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. It's a lot of money going back and forth, but it depends too, like where the Coyotes kind of see themselves. If they want to get a productive guy in his prime who could produce, that is not going to have the kind of the same, I guess, restraint that he had in Vancouver. Like even if he has a bad game, he's still going to play in Arizona. And it just really depends on what the other pieces would be.
You know who else I wonder about? And I don't think you could do this until the offseason. If Alex DeBrincat does not resign,
that's a good show.
Maybe the Sens.
That's not a bad show.
The Coyotes, $25 million in cap space.
Awesome.
What was it? I want to see, was it insider trading saying that the Sabres could be a potential landing spot for Chychrun?
Yeah.
What about the Sabres for Brock Boeser? It's such a problem because there are so many teams that don't have cap space. Maybe the Islanders because they need the money.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I have a team in the East and a team in the West.
Detroit,
off the top of my head, because of course, but the Islanders was my team in the what's it called?
The East.
My team in the East. Sorry. I don't know where I was going with that. Team in the East. I mean, they need scoring. They have a little bit of cap space. They can make it work. And if they're a team that would be willing to take on the full salary, I think the tidbit going around was that they'd be willing to take a little bit less if the other team was willing to take on the full salary. Now that's a team I think would be willing to do it in the Islanders. Now my team in the West, and
before you do go there, what do we know? Barzal, great playmaker, maybe not the strongest shot. How do you compliment him? Brock Boeser makes a lot of sense, Alex.
It does.
Go ahead.
My team in the West, and I think this is a team I had a different guy from Vancouver going to, but again, I'm gonna throw Boeser's name over there as well. is the Los Angeles Kings. And my reason for that is they still have assets to give up. Yes, they traded for Kevin Fiala in the offseason. And I know maybe scoring isn't their top priority at the moment, obviously, because their goaltending is subpar.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, it's subpar at the moment. But my understanding is they have like a clog up on the right side of their defense because they need to make room for what's his name? Jordan Spence, I believe. And so if you're moving, you can move a guy off the right side as part of the package. You still have your first round pick. Like, I think that's a guy who can definitely push you forward.
Man, they have got a lot of young D there, eh?
The Kings?
LA, yeah. Suspense, Bjornfoot, Clark, Anderson, Dursey. Man, Alex Edler is still there, which is curious. Man, Alex Edler just doesn't go away. I love it. But yeah, I like that. Good names, fellas. Good names. Okay.
But do you think it's the right decision? Because I'm not sold.
See, here's the thing. It's a risk with Boeser, not just for how he's looking this year, but the health has always been the question.
Yeah.
But like, there's talent there, so take the risk. Well, it's the Canes get him for retained salary because they can.
But are you sold on that? Like, what's that get? Oh God, please don't suggest that. You're hurting me. Can I be completely honest? I saw his name. I'm like, the Leafs, but I'm like, probably not going to happen. No. And then I moved on. But
it's like Vancouver retains money, which they don't want to.
They don't want to. I don't think it's going to happen.
Be funny though.
Is that the move for the Canucks though? Like, I don't get it. I don't understand like why he's the odd man out here.
Feels like he has been for years now, right? Which is funny because he hasn't been in the league that long. Was he not? Was he a Calder finalist the year Barzal won?
Yeah, because he made the All-Star game in his rookie year.
By the way, I don't want him to be an Islander because he has to cut that beautiful hair.
Oh, that's true.
I don't want that to happen. But I mean, at this point, it may not even be in their hands because, again, Boeser has been out there for so long. How long as a player can you really take that? Like, you clearly don't want me.
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be a thing if Boeser has to go if they want to try and keep Bo Horvat? Again, if at this point the agent has the thing of speaking and sort of getting a deal done, I think it's fair to say that the writing is on the wall.
Yeah.
And even if they don't want to do it, which they probably do at this point, otherwise we probably wouldn't hear his name so much. So I think it's already there. I'm
going to suggest one other team.
Yeah.
What about the Devils? Because they have a lot of prospects.
My God.
They're always looking for another right side guy. Could happen.
What do the Devils really need right now?
Like maybe that's just kind of like that jolt at the deadline.
Man, because they're good with D. Imagine they just add Chychrun because they can. I mean, maybe it's just let's what contracts do you know what, Daniel? I'm going to say maybe they hold off there. And the only reason I say that to you, Daniel, is because this offseason, not only do they have to deal with Jesper Bratt, but they also have to deal with Demon Severson.
Oh.
And you probably want to hold off your cap space to worry about that.
Third pair defenseman, Damon Severson.
So I would say before they get a guy with a few more years of turn, they need to deal with those guys. And Jesper Bratt is up. RFA. Yeah. So, I wouldn't, I just don't, I don't see that happening. But it could be fun. It could be fun.
Unless they trade Damian Severson
to the Canucks.
Because, Luke Hughes, Simon Nemec.
They might not re-sign him.
They need minutes, right?
This is when you wish the Canucks and Rachel Doerrie were still together at a point because she loved Damon Severson. Yeah. But
they don't have a lot of righties. They have like Tucker Pullman.
Yeah, man.
Hey, don't disrespect, don't disrespect Luke Shen like that.
I know, my boy. Top 4 defensemen, by the way, in the NHL.
Lord.
So what? You laid out your Slavkovsky. Last night was the end of a point streak. A double-digit point streak. but it was Jason Robertson's. Mitch Marner's though goes to 19 games in a Leafs win that as you have put here, a statement win for statement game for Matt Murray.
Wait, is he 19 or no? 20 is no.
Marner's at 20 now, right?
He is at 20, yeah.
Yeah. So Robertson was stopped at 19. They had was he a game ahead? What was he? I don't even know.
I think going in it was 19 and 18, and then Marner.
Oh, okay.
Like the streak, the record is 26. That's Patrick Kane.
In the last
hold on.
years.
Classify. Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
It is obviously Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne at like 56. Wayne at like 56.
Wayne has like 6 of the top 10.
Yeah. That's not. It's just not fair. It's not fair. Yeah, they beat the Stars last night. Again, like I'm gonna be a little bit negative at the beginning. They did. I'm gonna be a little bit negative at the beginning, and I'm gonna make it a positive. You'll see. You'll understand. Everybody. I again for like the 3rd or 4th episode in the row, I don't understand this team. I'm pretty sure Victor Mete went down last night too.
He did. Yeah.
He did.
Left the game.
I'm just stunned at what I am watching. How they've got like a point in the last 16 games. I think Luke Fox had said that it's just, I don't understand it considering how they started. Again, I'm going to go back to what I said at the beginning of the year. This is all fun and games until we hit April. That being said, this is where I turn it positive. I will like, man, if Mike listens, he's going to give me so much crap, but
yeah, he would have turned off the moment we ripped
the Rangers. Yeah. So I might be safe. I will commend them for their performance over like this stretch without their top 3 defensemen. The guys who have needed to step up, especially on the back end, I think have stepped up. I think you look at that second pair of Sandin and Liljegren when they're together and even when they're apart, it's looking fine. It's holding ship for now. It really, what I think I've taken from the last month is, last year I was very on, you need to go get another defenseman.
Oh yeah, maybe, the Pentarot stuff, yeah.
Yeah, maybe you look at going to get another forward.
Timo Meyer.
Yeah. I mean, you said Bo Horvat. You suggested Bo Horvat. No, dude, Bo Horvat would be crazy. You play him down the middle on the second line, Tavares on the left, Marner on the right. Now, again, like that's where I think you need to add. I think that the defense can. The defense can be okay without two of their top guys. I'm not going to entertain the Morgan Riley conversation. I'm really not.
Trade Riley?
No, I'm not entertaining they're better without Riley. I'm not doing that. I think to me, and I saw it on Twitter, to me, I think what this whole thing has shown is maybe Keefe looks at this now and says, okay, without Brody and without Riley, I can still trust X, Y, and Z defensemen, that when Riley comes back, you can put him in a better position to succeed. Maybe like the answer is not Riley is the problem. That's not the answer.
Is Justin Hall healthy?
Yeah, he's
on the first pairing.
I was gonna say I haven't heard his name in like a month. I guess.
Good. I
doing his job.
Except last night, he threw a puck. What did anyone else see that?
No, is it like what Nick Suzuki did against I think it was against Edmonton? Like he went to go swat the puck, but he instead closed his hand. And
it was wild. It was wild. I'm like, Justin, what are we doing here, man? Wrong game.
Right. Like if I'm reading this right, the Leafs' last regulation loss was November 11th. Which was, Alex, the game you went to, I believe, because it's against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Correct.
Alex, you can't go to games anymore.
I guess I'm done going to games. Like, that's Man, that's great. That's
nearly a month ago. It's the 7th.
No, that's well. And we haven't even talked about the goaltending.
And they were outshot as well too.
Last night?
Yeah, they gave up like 42 shots.
Did they really?
I swear.
Deserve a win-a-meter was like going to worst Dallas. And I was like, I don't know about that.
Let me pull that up. I did not realize that.
Like at one point, the shots were like 23-11.
Oh, wow. He made
Matt Murray
44 saves.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So here's how we're looking right now. Matt Murray, I think you said, 6-1-2, 932 save percentage.
Yeah.
Samsonov is 7-2 with a 924. That is incredible.
Like, with obviously both goalies are beyond expectation for me. I was team. Dude, I feel so bad. I was obviously team Samson. Like, man, I ripped this team. Like, I don't feel bad for ripping this team, but I do a little bit. But obviously, I was team Samsonov in over the summer. I was like, man, that was the guy I said they should bring in. That was the guy to start before there was the rumors when they said the Capitals are not qualifying him. I'm like, please go get this guy. But Matt Murray, no, I'm not going to say I was wrong about Matt Murray because, again, he's played 9 games, but he has been above expectations, or for me at least. Like, we can talk about the 2 games where the posts were coming off, the 2 of 9 games he's played. But other than that, it's been good for Matt Murray. I can't lie.
For me, I think this was the game. Like I mentioned it in the dog. Like it's a statement game for him. Like it's in a way, it's like he's finally arrived. He's back in a way. I know it's only 9 games, but it just kind of feels like this is the Leafs goalie. It's not just, hey, Ottawa traded him and a pick to get him out of Ottawa. Like it's Matt Murray, and I like that they're dealing with the workload as best as they can, and he's being put into a spot where he couldn't succeed. So I think yesterday that what really I felt like that. Especially Dallas, they had 5 power plays last night, and they peppered Murray.
No, man, and there was the 5-on-3, and I sound old here, but they were blocking shot. Pardon?
Like, I think we need to be honest with ourselves here, guys. We're not having this conversation. I think we need to.
Okay.
I swear to God, if you say Mike Hoffman, I'm gonna lose.
No. He's been good this year, but I'm not doing that.
I'm gonna lose my mind.
Is he the top 6 guy the Leafs need?
No, God, no.
Don't say Evgeny Dadonov. I don't want to hear it.
It's not going to be a Hab. No.
Okay.
Okay, Jesus. Okay.
No. Don't get mad. Don't get me attitude. You spent like 4 months writing me about Ben Sherrod.
And guess what? It worked. The Panthers did it. Anyway, because here's the thing. I feel like, Kyle Dubas jumped the gun a bit getting Matt Murray because, if he was a bit more patient and waited until the draft, when a certain agent made it very clear to the Minnesota Wild, they would have actually gotten a better goalie.
No, stop, please.
Cam Talbot, my man.
Cam Talbot, 4-7.
Yeah, because you got the Sens. They're
907 save percentage.
On that defense. That defense,
that's a 940 anywhere else. No.
So let's just quickly actually hold on. I'll show you. Marc-Andre Fleury.
Okay.
Oh
no, man, he has worse numbers. No, Mark. I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
No, I had to make this point to Daniel.
I know.
We're talking about the Leafs here, guys.
Who is the other goalie in Minnesota? Hold on.
Philip Gustafson.
Philip Gustafson, who's a 909. Yeah, maybe play him. Dean Evison, you dick. Play your better goalie.
How many games has Philip Gustafson played? 9. Oh, that's not bad.
He's
500 9 games
with a goalie he's 500 with a Bettman loss in there. Pity point.
Yeah, no, please, let's not. I'm not having this discussion about Cam Talbot. Please stop.
So Matt Murray's back.
No, I'm not gonna listen. I'm not gonna say he's back, but I'm gonna give him praise. He deserves it.
Can we say that Eric Carlson is back, by the way? Can everyone join with you on the bandwagon?
I did, but I'm just saying.
No, I want to hear you say it.
All right.
He's back, but with an asterisk. Eric Carlson. Eric Carlson. I got you. Eric Carlson. Eric Carlson is back with an asterisk.
I'd like to steal Dave Amber's segment here.
Okay.
Is Mitch Marner a Selke candidate?
No.
Does he? You know what?
He plays a penalty kill. He does.
Exactly. So I know that because he's a very effective in it. Matthews doesn't though, right? See, here's the thing that makes me mad, and this isn't because I'm a Habs fan. You guys know this because I've said it before. You cannot, and this isn't exclusive to Matthews, you cannot say someone is a Selke contender if they do not play on the penalty kill. Marner, you can. You can't. I'm okay with that. Because he's been on it for years.
Yeah,
years. Yeah, he can be up there. It's just the problem is he plays in the league with Patrice Bergeron. So it just sucks. And, Anthony Cirelli's back now, so that will be paid. And, he probably could be. It's just the problem is he plays in the same division as Patrice Bergeron. He was so good at his age.
He's so good.
God, it's so Pat. Oh, Pat. But not the best French athlete of the year because Marie-Philippe Poulin. I wasn't going to talk about this. Daniel, did you put this in?
Yeah, I did because it's really cool. Yeah, I was just really happy about it. I think that, we always talk about growing the game, about the recognition there. And I've said this conversation so many times where we need this type of media to happen. We need a lot of this to be there because remember when everyone was excited about the Olympics and I said, keep the conversation going, keep doing stuff about it. We saw the leagues and then now we're seeing all of this. I'd like to really applaud Tim and Sid for
Tim and
Friends for just having these positive posts that they're always kind of on top of this, even before Hockey Canada.
Can I just say I'm an idiot? I didn't know this was the Lou Marsh Award. I didn't know they renamed it.
I didn't know that either, to be honest.
I didn't know what this award was. So the Northern Star Award, I didn't know this was the Lou Marsh. She won the Lou Marsh. Yo, that's all. I thought this was just some other award. I didn't know they renamed the Lou Marsh Trophy.
I didn't know that either.
That's awesome. Yo. Has a female hockey player ever won it?
No.
Oh, wow.
Well, it was her first time winning.
I'm trying to think who were the last hockey players to win it. I think it may have been Price, and before that, Crosby.
Maybe last year was Alphonso Davies, right?
Yeah, and then or was it Alfonso the year before? And wasn't it also who was the guy at the Olympics who had like the biathlon or whatever it is? He was also
Damian Warner.
Damian Warner.
Okay, that was last year.
So Warner, so Poulin, Warner, Tardif, and Davies were co-winners. Andrescu, Kingsbury, Voto, Alexiak, Carey Price, Humphreys, Cornish, Sinclair, Chan, Voto, Crosby again a couple of years before that. Steve Nash in basketball. Yeah, so she's
the first. I'm going through the list now.
Yeah. So technically, of active hockey players, not just gender, of active hockey players, she's one of two. That's insane. Good for her. How did I not know they renamed the Lou? I feel like an idiot. Wow, good for her.
Fun fact.
Montreal Canadiens head of development. I mean, not head of development, but part of the developmental staff. There we go.
Yeah.
Fun fact. Ice hockey has the most wins of the award.
Yeah, good. I mean, I would hope. I mean,
Mm-hmm. One of the things hockey's doing right now.
You have a wrestling? Who was the wrestler? Probably, I'm going to guess Hart.
There's a wrestler?
Or is this I'm assuming this is real wrestling?
No. I don't think Bret the Hitman Hart won the Northern Star Award. I hate to break that one. I mean,
he has his own hockey team.
Guys.
Oh, yeah, this guy won actual.
Guys, yeah.
Bret the Hitman, WWF champion.
Oh my God. Oh.
Why? They put their bodies on the line?
Oh, okay.
Oh, man. Yeah, good for her.
That's
I'm an idiot.
That's something, man. Is it
Brett
Brett?
the Hitman Hart.
Oh, that's so
Bobby
funny.
Orr.
So funny.
Wayne Gretzky.
And Brett the Hitman Hart.
Brett the Hitman Hart. Oh man.
That's classic.
So,
That's
Olympic gold medal, world championship. Yeah, because we talked about like the women's game had just like the Canadian women's team just murdered everything last year.
Yeah.
Ooh, and everyone's saying Alfonso. I think one of our many group chats were going on about it. But yeah, like Alex over that. Man, it's a WWF champion, man. Come on. Hall of Famer.
I can't believe you said Brett the Hitman Hart. I'm like, listen, I don't know any Canadian like actual wrestlers, but then I'm like Brett the Hitman Hart. I'm like, yeah, Edge.
Oh,
Was it Edge?
Adam Copeland.
Christian?
What was no? Christian won the win before
Edge and Christian would have to win it together.
Chris Jericho. No.
Oh, Chris Jericho.
Could be there too.
But it was it was the year. It was the year of the Montreal Screwjob. Yeah, he won the North Star Award.
Oh god! Oh, that's an all-time moment of the podcast right there. Oh, okay, that's it. That's it. We're not going to beat that. That was our last topic anyway.
That's so funny, Brett.
All right, thank you for listening. Check out the TikTok and all that stuff. It's social media. We're on it, except Megalodon because who cares? Yeah. All right. Please know that Brett Van Hart is not the loot portion. All right, we'll see you all next time.